Well, would you look who it is? Yep, I'm back again, and today we're talking about certain items in the game that have had some alterations made to them recently without kind of any update being known to the wide player base, and you can probably guess why. Just last month, I made this video here talking about animaljam banning certain items in the game. Now, there's definitely a variety of reasons why they did this for these items, and you know, ever since then, it's seeming like more and more items are getting essentially blocked from use on certain animals, mostly the penguins and the monkeys, unfortunately. I have a feeling that list of animals might expand, though, given the way people are acting on the game recently. But the list of items, I should say, that have been essentially banned from being used on these certain animals has been expanding rapidly, and it's been bleeding out into den items. Certain den items have been changed now because of this too, so I figured I would make a updated video, if you will, talking about why these were changed. You know, comparing the old and the new. I don't think that's, you know, too inappropriate to do, given that, you know, some of these items were legitimately in the game for over 10 years before being changed now. I'm not going to explain how they're inappropriate, and I would hope you don't say it either. Keep it PG here on the AJHQ channel. Before we do get into that though, you gotta listen to this giveaway announcement. A light pink headdress giveaway is now open. It's ending at 35k, but you can get your entries in down in the comments below or in the description. All you gotta do is like the video, subscribe, channel notifications on, and then drop a comment with your username, status, and a reason why you want to win. And yeah, that's it. Let's get into the video though. So in the last video about this kind of subject, we talked about a variety of items being changed, mainly the beret and the accordions. These two items were kind of the whole thing that jump-started it. This whole kind of trend of animaljam making items certain items banned on certain animals, and even taking them out of stores even. You can no longer buy these items in stores, unfortunately, and it didn't stop with just these two items, by the way. I think a day or so after my video went out, they actually removed chef hats, which was kind of a surprise. You know, I saw a few people in the comments being like, oh, I hope this doesn't happen to chef hats, because, you know, people actually use the chef hat. They actually have chef outfits, you know, because it is a chef hat. Like, nobody was using the accordion. Some people were using the beret, you know, that's kind of understandable and why some people were upset about that, but nobody was using the accordion. You guys are just weird with that. But it bled over, as I said, onto many other items as well, not just the chef hat. Thank you to Twice the Duck, by the way. They commented on this on my animaljam 2025 experience video. Shout out to them. They also stated here the investigator's hat, the squid hat, and the brain helmet were also all removed, all for the same reason. I'm not going to explain it to you, by the way. As I said, I keep it PG here on the AJHQ channel, but all these items removed for the same reason, for the similar reasons, because of the appearance they have on these animals, I guess. Which, by the way, the squid hat I'm actually bummed out about, because that's like one of my favorite hat items in the game. It's so derpy looking, especially on penguins, but I do believe that is pretty much it for the clothing items. I don't know if there's any other items since then that have had this happen to them, but for right now, this is the kind of definitive list, I believe, of items that can't be worn on penguins and monkeys, I guess. Really weird case, I know, but you're probably wondering, what am I doing here in the Paradise Party now? There is two den items, I believe, that this kind of happened somewhat recently. I think it's happened maybe like a week or so ago is when I caught wind of this. They changed a certain item that's sold here, actually, and this is the bird poop item. I don't know why this item is in the game in the first place, but I guess they really wanted it, so here it is. It did not used to look like this, though. I did not think I would have to be talking about poop in a video, but, you know, here we are. It used to be white and, I guess, black. Now it's just green and, like, this kind of grayish black kind of color now, and the other ones are also all green. Yeah, so I guess it might be more accurate to bird poop now, kind of, not really. I imagine they changed that for one reason, and one reason only, similar to this next item we're gonna get into, which is all the paint items, actually, I do believe. Yep, it legitimately is all the paint items, so we'll just use the paint splat, because this is mainly the item I seen around the game being used inappropriately for this. You might go to the studio corner now, and you'll see this color of paint now in the game. This is teal paint, I guess. You know, it looks like the beta hood. You know, that's kind of what I'm pairing it with. This used to be white paint, which very, very should not be in the game in the first place. I always question that. You know, they had red paint in the game originally, and I do believe they replaced one of the colors in this, maybe with over red. And, you know, they removed red because it looked like blood, I guess. They didn't want people using it like that. But they kept white in the game for years, and they just changed it recently to teal, which, you know what, I can get behind. I like the teal color. This is pretty nice. But yeah, it took them way too long to make this change, and I do believe that is it. Now, as I said, a large part of why this happened is just because players are using these items inappropriately, and I do believe this is going to continue happening if people keep acting inappropriately with them. Some people are complaining about these changes. I think they're all pretty good. Yes, it kind of bums out, you know, usual players that might use some of these items on outfits and stuff, but I think it's better to prioritize, you know, the safety of kids essentially over that, over, you know, customization ability, because bro, there is so many items in this game, as I said in this initial video about it, the topic, that yeah, it's gonna suck that you can't use a beret, but you can use a double ribbon bow. Like, this is cute, you can use this. There's still plenty of options is what I'm trying to get at, so don't be too bummed out about this. But I would say a large contribution of where these inappropriate players are coming from are just people on TikTok, you know, because that's where the trend, I guess, kind of started with the original culprits of this this trend, I guess, with the berets and accordions and whatnot. Just a bunch of like old players coming back to the game and just trying to, you know, mess around, but they very clearly don't have much kind of consideration that this is still a kids game. There's going to be kids on it, but most people that have been acting inappropriately like this have been getting banned, and also, you know, been responsible for the option of these items being able to be used, or in the case of the den item, it's just being changed permanently. Obviously, I'm hopeful that, you know, this doesn't continue happening where more and more items get changed, but, you know, I would not be too surprised because of, you know, this whole TikTok invasion. And speaking of short form content, yeah, you know, I had to get in on that. You know, I've been doing that recently, even though in my last video I think I said I didn't want to do it, but you know, it's easy enough. I figured I'd mention it here because, you know, it's kind of on topic, right? You know, I'm doing it on the YouTube shorts, the TikTok, the Instagram, you know, all that stuff. Figured I'd slot it in here at the end of the video. Also, to the channel members, there is a new video out. You can watch it now. There'll probably be a new channel member video soon enough again afterwards. So if you're a channel member, go check that out. And if you're about to be a channel member, thank you. Go check that out. Yeah, I think that's gonna wrap up the video here. If another item bites the dust like this, I'm not making another video. I'll just put a pinned comment in the comment section or make a YouTube short, because frick all that type of thing. I'll have an actual video about like something cool soon enough, but until then, I'll catch you guys later.